In 2032, Brisbane will be hosting the Olympic and Paralympic Games. The rowing competition will take place at Warralong Dam, the site of the Queensland State Rowing Centre. This site is geographically isolated and more than an hour away from the nearest major hospital by road. To ensure the athletes and visitors have access to the best possible care, an advanced air mobility aircraft flying to the Gold Coast University Hospital is proposed. The mission is to develop an all-electric, uncrewed aircraft capable of carrying a patient on a stretcher, 2 medical personnel, and 100 kilograms of medical equipment from the rowing centre to the hospital, approximately 50 kilometres. In addition, the team was tasked with the design of any special hardware required at the takeoff and landing sites. The flight operations are to be fully autonomous and monitored by an operations crew member in one of 2 ground control stations located at the rowing centre and the hospital. They will have continuous audio and video connection to the aircraft and the ability to take control of the aircraft in an emergency. The aircraft uses a tilt rotor designed for vertical takeoff and landing and conventional flight. This allows for the use of a helipad at the hospital and superior airspeed during the flight. The aircraft is powered by hydrogen fuel cells that produce electricity. It has satellite and radio communication systems that will provide telemetry data and audio and visual connection to the ground control stations. The patient will be loaded through the front of the aircraft, which opens vertically. The medical personnel will sit across from the patient and there will be storage for their medical equipment. It will also be fitted with a comprehensive avionics sensor suite and autopilot, allowing for fully autonomous flight operations and the ability for manual control in emergencies. Special hardware designed for takeoff and landing sites are the vertiports and ground control stations. The mission will begin at the rowing centre, where the aircraft will undergo pre-flight checks before the visitors arrive. Once the patient is on the aircraft, flight will begin with vertical takeoff. Once in flight, the aircraft will transition to horizontal flight and fly to the hospital conventionally. Most of the flight will take place at approximately 2,000 feet in Class G uncontrolled airspace. The final approach to the hospital will be in controlled Class C airspace, with the operations team working with air traffic controllers to facilitate the flight. Upon arrival at the hospital, the aircraft will transition to vertical flight before landing. The patient will be transferred to the hospital upon landing. The aircraft will refuel and return to the rowing centre. Risk management was an important consideration when designing the solution. This aircraft will operate over populated areas and land on top of a hospital. A thorough risk assessment has been completed to identify and mitigate potential hazards. This is contained in the accompanying document. Due to the risk involved with carrying passengers, an extensive testing plan incorporating high-level objectives has been developed. This will ensure the aircraft is safe for passengers on board and for the surrounding environment.